All right, guys, our new Monday range indicator is officially available. In this video, I'm going to run through how to actually use this indicator, some confluences that you can use to increase your win rate, and go through step by step the process from loading this indicator in to making your first profitable trade. As always, if you guys want access, you can click the first link in the description below. So the Monday Range Algo inside of the EzAlgo bundle is based off of the Monday range strategy. So all you're doing is marking out the Monday range, meaning the Monday highs and the Monday lows, which obviously our indicator automatically populates for you. And you're looking for deviations of either the Monday highs or of the Monday lows, targeting the mid-range or the opposite end of the range as your take profits. That's the general gist of the strategy. Now, we have back tested this indicator alone on the 15-minute time frame across Bitcoin and Ethereum. Blindly following the signals, you will have around a 2 profit factor according to TradingView's strategy tester, right? Now, that being said, you probably don't want to blindly follow the signals, right? Because there's some things that you can add to increase your win rate, and there's also some things to avoid when you're using the strategy. First thing you can do to increase your win rate when you're using this indicator is to use a higher time frame bias. So, for example, if we are in a clear uptrend on a 4-hour time frame, right, making higher highs and higher lows, and obviously you want to be taking long positions, right, if structure is clearly bullish. Now, if you are in a ranging market like we were seeing here on Pengu, then you can look for longs or shorts, okay? Longs or shorts are both valid. Also, guys, this indicator works best across the 15-minute to 1-hour time frame. I prefer the 15-minute, but that's just me. You guys can use a 30-minute, 1-hour time frame as well. I wouldn't go past a 1-hour time frame. Taking a look at Pengu here, we can see that the market is ranging. So I'm okay with taking longs or shorts if the confluences are there. So the first piece of confluence I like to look for along with these signals is going to be momentum, okay? This is where the EZ oscillator comes into play, our real-time momentum divergence oscillator. What I like to look for is as price is taking out those Monday highs, I want to see momentum decreasing. So whenever you see price making a higher high as momentum is decreasing, this is referred to as a bearish divergence, right? A bearish formation here, right? So as soon as a signal confirms, I see that this momentum wave here, or this trigger wave we would call it, is lower than this previous wave when price was lower. This is going to be confirmation that we are most likely going to see downside. And this gives me a higher probability trade when I'm looking to enter this short position, right? If we weren't seeing this kind of declining momentum, then it would be a higher risk trade, right? We really want to see that momentum confluence as we're getting the signal. Let's mark it out to make it a little bit easier. Okay, so the first confluence you can add is higher time frame bias or structure. Just because you're in an uptrend doesn't mean you can't look for shorts. Every trade is going to have its own context. Never get married to a bias, right? A bias is just that. It is a bias. It doesn't mean it has to play out that way. So if you see a valid setup, take the trade. Number 2, we have momentum as another piece of confluence. Okay, number 3 is going to be looking for sweeps of external liquidity. Okay, so what does this mean? So we can see that we have the Monday range high right here, right? That we ended up sweeping. But if we look left, right? Remember, always look left in trading. What do we see? We have another sweep of an external high, right? A higher time frame pivot point. So now we have 2 sets of liquidity getting swept before that sell signal. So this gives you a really high confidence trade because all of the recent liquidity has been taken out. Remember, liquidity is what actually moves price. So once you see that rejection, bearish momentum after taking out highs with that signal, you can enter the trade with your invalidation at that swing high, targeting the Monday range lows. Right, so this was around a 6 risk to reward trade just on this one short position. There are some other confluences that I can get into as well. I don't want to make this video too long. I don't want to confuse you guys too much, but another reason that this setup was valid was due to this inverse fair value gap. Some of you guys may be familiar with our manipulation X indicator, also inside the EzAlgo indicator bundle. This is combining that strategy with the Monday range sweep, right? So whenever you see an inverse fair value gap after that Monday range high has been swept, that is going to be a really good piece of confluence as well. So just a bonus in there if you guys want to use. Inverse fair value gaps are great. So that was an example of a short position, but what about the long positions here? You can see we were sweeping these lows. We were getting some signals. There's a few reasons why I don't really like any of these signals except for this last signal, okay? Number 1, we didn't have any bullish divergences confirming on any of these signals. If I'm taking a trade, it's going to be this long position right here. So you would have had one stop out here before that final move up, right? So you're waiting for those bullish divergences. Again, if we look at the setup, we're inversing this 30-minute bearish fair value gap with those bullish divergences as we're reclaiming that level. This is what I was talking about when I said combining those inverse fair value gaps with that Monday range buy signal. Take that trade after that one loss, targeting these equal highs up here as your first take profit. Now, this is just a personal rule of mine, but like if I took the short position, right, and I made money on it, I'm going to be done, right? I'm not going to be flip-flopping between the short position and then immediately flipping long. So this is more of a personal rule. You guys don't have to do this, but when I make a winning trade on a certain asset and I take a short trade and it wins, I don't immediately go long, right? I'm usually done and I'll look for a different setup. Okay, it obviously comes back down to the Monday range low, but guys, we're not taking these trades back down at the Monday range low. Another rule I like to use when using this strategy is I only look for the first sweep of the Monday range high or low, right? So obviously, you know, this was a valid trade because we didn't yet see that first move up. But for example, on the short position, right? Let's say we had the short position priced at something like this, and then it comes back up. I am not taking the short position after that first initial sweep, right? Because this was the move that I'm anticipating to reach the Monday range lows. So if price comes back up, the likelihood of price breaking past this level is pretty high, right? So, you know, I'm not taking any other trades after the short position and then this long position. Okay, let's take a look at some more examples from this week. Okay, so let's take a look at Ethereum. We see that up thrust above these levels, right? Declining momentum, right? You see how this wave here on our oscillator is lower than that first wave, right? So as price is making that higher high, momentum is decreasing. This is a bearish divergence, right? A bearish formation. On a higher time frame, ETH is trading within this range, right? We're at the top of the range highs, so shorts are valid here. Similar to Pengu, we also see that inverse fair value gap, right, with that sell signal. And this was actually a trade that we were looking at inside of the pro group in real time. I said that this was a valid short signal, right? I said to target the Monday range lows, right? Look at all this liquidity here to the left. So this is going to be your targets here. Even looking left further, right? Tons of equal lows here. So this was going to be our target. And obviously this trade has ran up quite a bit. So again, always look left. Okay, look left for your targets. Don't just target the Monday range mid or the Monday range low just because our indicator says so. Like look for these structure lows. These are going to be your take profit targets, right? Looking for those big risk to reward trades. And obviously guys, I'm not cherry picking any setups. There were losing trades here with these long signals as well. I'm going to share with you guys why these longs were not valid. We'll mark this down as another kind of rule, right? Always target equal highs, right? Equal highs and lows, or just general, I'll say general structures as TPs, okay? Because these are going to be your liquidity levels. Now look at this move here, right? And actually, to be 100% transparent, I did take an Ethereum long, I think right around here, as we reclaimed those Monday range lows with that bullish momentum. And this was a stop out trade. So for full transparency, I did get stopped out on this trade. Honestly, this long position shouldn't even have been a valid long, right? And the reason for that is because of this move. What do you notice about this move here? Okay, this massive move down. This is what I call an aggressive pullback. I know I'm throwing a lot at you guys in this video, but it's all very important, okay? So there's two types of pullbacks. You have a corrective pullback and an aggressive pullback. Whenever you see this move, especially early in the week where you have a massive move down, right? Barely any bullish candles in this, right? All bearish candles gapping down. It looks like a V, right? Like the chart looks like a V, right? Just a straight down move. You usually never want to take a long, even if the setup is valid after a move like this. It's telling us that there are aggressive sellers in the market and that price probably needs to consolidate or go down a little bit more before we can take a long position, right? So in a case like this, you'd want to wait for a market structure shift and look for, a 1-2 setup. But whenever you see a move like this, guys, you never want to be longing after an aggressive pullback like this, especially when you have equal lows below and you're at the range highs on a higher time frame. The last pair I'm going to share with you guys is on CRV. Again, these are all from this week. I'm not going back and cherry picking trades, right? Like I'll just show you guys real quick. If I show you guys some other weeks, right, just for more proof that this indicator, actually works as described, right? More buy signals hitting TPs over here, more sell signals hitting TPs, buy signals hitting TP, sell signal hitting TP, sell signal TP, buy signal. Like you can see like price just ping pongs between these levels, right? I don't want you guys to think that I'm cherry picking any data in this video. I don't do that, right? Every trade that we post in the group, we post live. If you guys aren't inside the pro Discord where you can get access to these indicators, then make sure to click the first link in the description below. What are you doing watching this video and not being in the pro group? You are missing out on free money. Okay, so taking a look at CRV here. Again, we're in a range here. You can clearly see we have these range lows. We have these range highs here. So longs and shorts are both valid. So to start, we have a sweep of the Monday lows here. Again, bullish divergences. You can clearly see bullish divs here. Your entry trigger can be that inverse fair value gap on the 15-minute. Hits the Monday mid-range, probably moving your stop loss to break even at that point, targeting the Monday range highs here, or these structure highs all the way to the left here as your take profit. So one and done, 3 risk reward. You're done trading for the week. That's the power of this indicator, like literally one and done every single week. And after the short, price breaks through our invalidation zone, meaning that any other reclaim of the Monday range low is no longer valid. This is signaling to us that, okay, this is a valid breakdown, okay? This is not a sweep. When we're looking for these signals, we're looking for a sweep, meaning a sharp move down below these lows and then an instant reclaim. We don't want to see price displace down or break down lower, because then we're most likely going lower, which is exactly what happened in this case. That is why we've incorporated the invalidation zones here on our new version inside of the settings. I think that's gonna wrap up this video. I know this one was slightly longer. If you guys have watched this video to the end, then congrats, because there's like a 90% chance you're gonna be a profitable trader if you're not one already, because most people can't sit through a 15 to 20 minute YouTube video when it can literally change their life. People's attention spans are just absolutely cooked. But I hope you guys found value. Tons of sauce. Might be one of the most saucy videos that I posted all year. So make sure to leave a like if you guys have found value. Of course, subscribe to the channel for more trading content, and make sure to click the first link in the description below if you guys want to try out this indicator and this strategy for yourself, right? You're not going to get a setup every single day, right? You might only get one setup per week per pair, but based on our backtesting data, right? You can use this indicator to pass a funded account, right? Pass a 50, 100K funded account using our breakout prop discount code, spend $500 on a funded and literally trade with 50K, making, 4 to 5 R per month is what we've seen, on average using the strategy per pair, right? So do the math. If you're trading with a, 100K funded, you're risking, a percent or two, and that can be 5 to 8K per month just trading a funded account, right? 15 minutes per week, just trading the Monday range strategy. So make sure to join the pro group if you're not inside already. That's going to do it for me. I'll see you guys next video.